Let's get this show on the road.
Hey everyone, and welcome to another episode of my Let's Play World of Tanks. I am in the Type 98 Kii-nii. God, help me if I'm pronouncing that right. Japanese tanks and their names, just like German tanks and their names, and, well, pretty much anything that's not American because I'm, terrible at pronunciation. Heck, I don't even know English all that well. But anyway, I digress. So, the Tier 3 light version of the Japanese tanks here, I actually had access to the Top Gun right away, coming from working on both the light and medium at the same time. So, they both share about the same gun. This thing pretty much upgraded itself almost immediately. I don't think there was much I had to really do outside of just buy the darn thing, and then from there, I don't know, not a whole heck of a lot. But anyway, it actually does move relatively fast, can almost keep up with the Panzer I Charlie, just a little slower than it. I think this thing tops out about 50 kilometers. The rate of fire is not bad. It's what, about 2.5 seconds, I want to say. Its pin is not bad, nor is its damage. It's nothing to shy away from by any means. Especially if you are lining up pretty nice. You're going about, what, 40 to 50 usually? Your pin is about 40 to 50 as well, I think. Oh, it's 58 pin and then 50 average damage. So not bad at all. Of course, I'm running on the low side of that 50. But, meh, oh well. Now, I mean, the nice thing about it is it's fast. It's a good, basically it's a scout tank is what it really is. It's a scout tank or an aggressive, jump in and kill stuff real quick tank as well. You could get away with that if you're like have an open area that you can run towards artillery and get artillery that way. But otherwise, this thing really is kind of just a scout, for lack of better terms. So as I come across this Cruiser 3, I'm actually going to get lucky in the fact that I'm going to be able to outmaneuver due to my speed. Because as you see here, that little turret, he's trying to aim on me, but I luckily am able to just back out right in time. Now, as for anything else, I mean, the pin on this is not bad for its tier. It could be better. The Chiha obviously gets a tier 4 gun, which is fantastic, but it would be nice if it had a little more pin on it. But again, it is a light. It's not really meant to sit there and duke it out. That's what the Chiha's for. So, all in all, I mean, I enjoy it. It's not bad by any sense of the word. Of course, the matchmaking can bring up to tier 5, so get ready for some horrible rounds if you're in a tier 5 match. Enjoy. You're basically going to be scouting only. Don't expect yourself to fire that much. Anyway, that battle ended pretty quick here, and we'll just have to bounce into another battle here with the Japanese tier 3. I guess we'll go into the medium. Now, what would it be if I didn't also play another tier 3, the Chiha? This one, of course, is not fully upgraded in this video. I have since actually unlocked the fully upgraded version of this tank, but as it sits in its configuration I have it in right here, it's not bad at all, especially at its tier, clearly. I mean, if you're top tier, it's not bad. I mean, seeing tier 4s you could probably hang to, but you really want to get that 47mm this thing has access to. Starting off, it does have access to the exact same weaponry that the Kii-nii has, or at least I want to believe it does. It's very similar starting out with, at least, from my understanding. But it does get access to an upgraded turret, which leads to an upgraded gun that's a 47, 48, or 45mm. Somewhere in there. I don't want to, say one and then be completely wrong. But that actually gets 81 pin and 70 damage, which is fantastic for tier 3. But as it sits now, it does the exact same damage as the little tank that I was playing, the Kii-nii. So, doing about 50 damage with about 50 pin is nothing bad by any means. It's still pretty impressive if you're top tier. You just really got to know where to aim and how to maneuver and stuff like that. So, this little tank is, it's kind of a fun tank. It's a little slower than what you'd expect out of a medium. I would have expected it to be a little bit faster. And I mean, I don't think I have the full engine in it yet. So that might change when I upgrade the full engine. Otherwise, it plays like a very standard medium at its tier. The one very nice thing, though, is, I don't know if we're going to be able to see it here, is its gun depression. Its gun depression is actually pretty freaking phenomenal, and I've taken advantage of it quite often, being able to just sit on a hill, being able to aim down at people when they normally wouldn't be able to deal with it. So, the one thing that the Japanese have going for them is that really amazing gun depression that I highly recommend that you take advantage of if given the opportunity. As you see, that's exactly what that Kii-nii is doing. He's sitting kind of at that angle where he can get his gun depressed very nicely. he doesn't have to really expose much of his tank, and he can sit here and pound on that M3 light all day and night. So that is something that you really want to be cognizant of if you're going to be running the Japanese, is the fact that they can sit there and depress their gun very well, giving them a very nice benefit of having to, being able to take advantage of terrain and whatnot in front of them, so that they don't have to, you know, completely crest their vehicle up and get spotted and shot out that way. They can kind of sit at a decent angle, unlike this Hango, who's not paying attention to that. But in terms of other tanks, it's something I can take advantage of that most others do not have access to. And I mean, that's fantastic in and of itself, that you can do something silly like that. But let's see, as I've already damaged quite a few tanks, let's see if I can actually kill something for once. That would be nice, wouldn't it? What is left? We still have the Chini over here, or Kini rather. So luckily he doesn't kill me, but he was fully exposed, which is exactly what I needed to do to take care of him. But I'm heavily damaged. At least I have somewhat of amount of kills there. Having to dodge artillery. Now I don't think I really can take advantage of much here in terms of terrain, but one thing I can do is, at least if they're on that slope, is I can depress a little bit down. Well, yeah, there's not really much advantage I can take, to be honest, in this board. Not really a huge standout advantage, at least that I'm aware of. No, and I miss. Shame on that one. Dishonor. I bring dishonor to this tank. So luckily I get saved by Gilly there. But yeah, so I mean, it's really at a loss of words with what else to say about the Chiha. I'm gonna burn through both of these tier 3s quicker than I probably can record, because I'm gonna get to that point in which I think I only have about 1,000 or 2,000 experience left before I complete both of them. So that means I'm just going to be sitting there just almost done with them. And then one more battle. If they're not good battles, obviously I'm going to be out of a video and into the tier 4s if I can ever afford them, because right now I am absolutely broke. So with that, I mean, if you like, I want to say they're a more advanced tank, but if you like the sort of a tank where you're able to take advantage, if you like American tanks that have no armor, then that's Japanese, pretty much through and through. They're a more advanced level of the American tanks, if you want to look at it that way. Basically, French tanks are more advanced versions of the German tanks, British are more advanced version of the Russians, and Japanese are more advanced versions of the Americans, and the Chinese are basically a hybrid of the Japanese. So that's one way to look at it. It's like the tier 2 version of the Americans, even though tier means tanks. It's like American 2.0, because you're getting the nice gun depression that they have, the nice gun stats that they have, and you're also getting the lack of armor that they have, because there's no such thing as armor on these tanks at all, from what I've determined. At least I've never really had much trouble going through them, and I've played them in all different tiers. Now, there isn't much left. There's just artillery, which we're moving out to go hunt down. There's that Chiha, who should get smoked, with Gilly being back there and having pretty decent hit points. And then we just run up, and yeah. So, I'll tell you what though, the upgrade path for the Chiha obviously is going to be the tracks, then the turret, then the 47mm, or whatever the gun is, if you have access to the other ones. If you do not, it's kind of a toss-up to get those other guns, because they will make a huge difference, and you're obviously going to need them if you have any hopes of surviving, for lack of better terms. Using a stock gun on this thing, not recommended. So hopefully you do run them both, the ones in the 2s simultaneously, so you do have access to all the guns at tier 3, or at least all the starting guns at tier 3, because it really does make a difference if you're able to do that, whereas running them without that, gonna be a little rough. So, just my personal recommendation. Of course, then after that, like I said, tracks, turret, gun, and then from there move on to completing the tank. So, with that, we'll wrap up this battle. And I don't know how long this battle was, to be honest with you. Is it long enough? No, I'll give you guys one more battle. I have one more recorded I might as well use, so we'll go through that one, and then we will wrap it up there. So, since I didn't load the proper game, or, yeah, what do you want to call it, I guess, game, I suppose. I want to say more along the lines of, since I didn't get the right replay, figured I'd play another tank that I actually have yet to ever play, and that's this thing. I didn't realize how long the damn reload is on this thing. Holy cow. That is insane. But it does actually have decent pin. I should be able to pin most things here. And holy cow, if this thing cannot fire forever and ever and ever. Good God, that's a lot of rounds this thing can fire. So, yeah, the little Mark 6? Yeah, the Mark 6C. Never actually played it. I guess we'll find out how it plays. It's not exactly the fastest tank, but good God if this thing can't dump a crap ton of rounds. And apparently, they shot a lot of stuff just right across and was able to kill it. So I'm trying to get up to the top of the hill. Figure that way I can do the most there. Gun depression wise, it's not bad. So we'll have to see what this little thing can do. Good God, the turret's massive on this little tank. And it is tiny. And it has a forever and a half long reload, which is going to be a problem. Oh damn, we just lost our very good T-18 player. So that's not a good sign. And wow, the spotting range is tiny compared to my draw. Look at that. That's massive change compared to some tanks, which is a lot different. Now, I highly doubt I'm going to be able to hit that guy. We could try if we really wanted to, but I doubt I can control it, let alone hit him at this range. Yeah, because you can see there it goes red. Nah, we're gonna skip it. I'm thinking that that's not a priority to get that guy at the moment. We're gonna continue on with our TET and our M2, or T2, whichever. And of course, there's a T-18 right here that we got to deal with now. And the T-18 is gonna be a problem because I don't know if I can actually damage him. Even in the rear, you're looking at 25 armor. Oh, he's almost dead. Never mind. Problem solved. Alright, so now it's free skating all the way into the base. Let's do it. I'm just going to have to go downhill as fast as I can, because otherwise this tank has done absolutely nothing this whole round. I need to do something here, because this is the last video I'm recording here, because I kind of forgot to get the replay that I needed. I don't have access to it anymore, so I have no idea what happened to it. So anyway, where was I? Ah, yes. Running into their base and charging headlong at that gun line of death. Let's get a little closer at least. Let's see if we can't peg them this way. I'm out of my draw range. I don't know if that means I'm out of theirs. I'm out of my range entirely too. So it's going to make it very difficult for me to hit anything. Let's get a little closer. Did that make a difference? Now I'm still... You can tell when I'm within range because then you'll see it go from red to green in terms of that little dot. If it's red, you're out of range. If it's green, yeah, you're probably in range. So now we just need to play this one carefully and light these bastards up. Let's do it.
We didn't even scratch them. That one bounced.
Come on.
We didn't penetrate their armor.
How have I shot them that many times and not a single one went through? You gotta be joking me. Now I have 12 seconds before I'm... Come on, help me out. Ah. Well, there we go. Nice. Of course I'm dead, though. Oh, man, that did not go well at all. I thought for sure I would have been able to pin. Apparently, no.
Penetration.
This time I am. Holy God. That thing fires ridiculously awesome.
Ricochet. We didn't even scratch them.
There we go. Slight bit
Penetration.
of pin. Alright, so now that I'm on this little flank of theirs, now I can actually do some stuff. Good God, that was awesome being able to lay into that dude like that. Alright, let's try not to get killed here. Because I don't want to die. That would be great. Wouldn't it?
Target acquired. Enemy armor
Apparently I
is
can
damaged.
pin him barely.
Penetration.
I'm getting
Where'd
like
they
one
go?
pinning hit per round. Man, this thing does take forever and a half to reload though. That's not a good thing. Alright, let's see if I can't sneak all the way around them. Limiting the time that they actually see me. Uh-oh. They have a medium. And he is a deadly tank, especially if he hits. He is right here though.
Got him.
And I killed him. Yeah! I absolutely demolished him, not really knowing where he was. That is spectacular. Alright, 10 seconds left. Come on, load, 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 load. I want to get some more stuff killed because this tank is amazing balls. I love it. Alright.
Enemy armor is destroyed.
Sweet. Alright, now let's get this Panzer 1.
Target acquired. Enemy
Oh,
armor
yeah.
is damaged.
This thing is awesome.
They're not
Good God, the
down.
damage that this thing does. Oh, this thing is amazing. Reload. Oh, we're done. Sweet. Awesome. Well, that's gonna wrap it up Man, all of those are sweet, especially the low tier ones. That thing was just pouring the fire. Oh, look at that. I got first class for it. Oh, I got expert Germany for that? Did I not have a kill that, Oh, I didn't have that as my kill? Really? That was the last thing I needed for, expert Germany. Damn, man, I got first class. That's kind of cool. And sharpshooter and master gunner. I'm not going to argue with that. Wow. Oh, that Panzer one I just tore apart, and same with that medium. That was awesome. And I sat there and shot him blind. Anyway, with that and my little amusing there, I want to thank you guys for tuning in to this episode of my Let's Play World of Tanks. If you enjoyed it, just shoot me a like, and if you really enjoy my content, please go ahead and subscribe, and I'll continue to push it out as quick as I can. Anyway, guys, thanks for tuning in, and I'll catch you in the next episode.